What's up with it, man? We here for episode 16, man. 16 motherfucking episodes down, man. I got my boy Calvin here from San Francisco. You can see it a little bit, the bridge in the back, man. We trying to keep this shit moving. So basically, I told myself, let me get out into different cities and different areas, because I did a lot of people from Oakland, did a lot of people from Modesto, but once I start getting out to different cities, that's going to allow other people in other cities to see the blog and allow it to grow more subscribers, shit like that. And also, anybody who I see on social media that's pushing it any type of way, I always hop in their DMs. At that point, it's just on them. If they feel like it's something they feel like fucking with, you feel me? You get yeses, you get nos. He was a nigga that was with it. I came out here to Frisco to talk to the man, you feel me? So he's a singer and a rapper, you feel me? And that's different, because it's not an auto-tune singer trying to rap. It's a nigga that sings that every now and then will rap, you feel me? So it's two different categories when it comes to that shit. But getting into that, I wanted to say, like, what made you even, from jump, what made you go the singing route? Everybody's a rapper, bro. Everybody be rapping. Well, so what made you say, fuck it, let me do something different?
First of all, good looking for bringing me on, bro. I appreciate you, bro. You moving me in. You understand me? It's always a blessing to, you know, do interviews and keep my shit. Let me put my phone aside. I'm tripping. But yeah, man, I've been singing since I was 6. You know, my dad was in an R&B group, and then just growing up around them, it just kind of like came out.
What was the, like some old school, like
old
Temptations
school,
type shit?
yeah. So they, I don't lie to you, they used to like sing other people's songs, like Temptations, like you say, and
cover
do little shows.
You
feel me? It was like 3 of them, and then I just would go to their rehearsals and all of that as a young dude, like, feel me? And then finally, like I said, around 6, 7, that's when he like brought me in, and like, you know, I was slowly singing. Like, he taught me like certain songs, and it just kind of came out. He's like, oh, he can sing, feel me? And I wasn't the best singer, but you know, I could sound good, feel me? So I was like, hell yeah. I say around like probably like 13, 12 is when I started writing, you know what I mean? And then that's when I started like rapping too. I got it from my other brother, Jason, who was rapping too. He was doing music too. Like, we all musicians. Like all my brothers do music besides one. And this, I kind of was like, I want to rap too, you know what I mean? So I started rapping. Like I said, it wasn't the best. Like, even today I ain't the best, but I feel like I got way better growing up in time.
Like anybody, once your first song compared to your 100th song, it's like, gonna be light years different.
Yeah, what light years? Like, even my singing, you know what I mean? Like I said, if you hear my like younger stuff when I was 13, 14, I dropped my first album when I was 15. You know what I mean, with my dad, and you know, I sounded okay, you know what I mean? But I kept going, and I feel like now, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, even now, I feel like I ain't the best singer, but I feel like I know I can sing, I know I sound good, I know I make good music. You know what I mean? So that's what just keep me going.
Yeah. And then, so as far as like, when you say you started singing young, did you ever do like singing in the choir, like church choir?
I didn't like the choirs.
Yeah, fuck with that.
I didn't like the choirs. I swear to God, I didn't like the choirs.
Yeah, that shit a little bit different. And like, for one, you sing a different type of songs, and then for 2, it's just like the whole scheme of the church is standing up in front of people and screaming. Sometimes you're not really singing, you're just yelling.
Yeah, but I was more of a solo artist, you feel me? Yeah,
okay, I feel it.
So like, I did go in the choir when I was younger. It's just I couldn't match, you know what I mean? I couldn't find myself.
Yeah, in that church
I'm over here switching, you know what I mean? And just, I didn't like it. Like, I always like to do my own thing. Okay, I've always been like that. Even as a young kid, I remember I was in the choir back, and I'm singing high, I'm taking low, and I couldn't stay on one melody with the choir.
Because basically you got to stay on tune with them. You might be louder, lower, off tune. You feel me? Off beat. Yeah. You feel me?
So I couldn't do it.
And then, so anybody who knows you personally or follows your social media, will obviously know you broadcast your sobriety on a regular.
Definitely.
So what drew you into sobriety of saying, I don't want to fuck with no drugs. Like, I'm gonna just drink water and juice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as not even just being an athlete and being an entertainer and doing that, you feel me? Like, that's probably like one of the last things you will hear an entertainer say is that they don't drink or smoke. You know?
And you know, music and you know, it goes hand in hand.
You know,
hand in hand with the drugs and alcohol and all of that. Like, you know, I used to be a big pothead, big alcohol, more of an alcoholic. I was a big alcoholic. So what happened was I ended up you know, I was on probation for assault and robbery. I did a lot of my 20s. I did a lot of mistakes, and 27 was my first case. And I got in trouble for assault and robbery. And basically, what happened was, 2018, I went to jail for a probation violation, and you know, the court was like, listen, you know, you gotta do a rehab or it's 9 months in jail. And I'm like, fuck it, do the rehab. Like, as long as I'm getting out of jail, I don't care. I'll do the rehab. But I ain't gonna lie, at that time, I wasn't fully ready until I got into the rehab. It was just more of getting out of jail. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, I get to get out of jail. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna smoke weed and drink and all of that when I leave.
Yeah.
But once I got into the rehab, you know what I mean? Shout out Salvation Army. That's what got me, like, you know what? I think I could do this. You know what I mean? Because you gotta be in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm court mandated, so I gotta do this. It ain't no like, oh, I'm fucking this ain't working, I'm leaving. I had to do it. So by me being in there, it was cool. You know what I mean? There was a lot of rules, a lot of stuff I wasn't into.
You had to live there?
Yeah, I was living there. Yeah, it was.
So that was they call that inpatient.
It was an inpatient program. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's that shit where they set you up instantly. Co-ed. They want to catch you with a female or something.
Yeah. You get in trouble instantly.
You get kicked out. You wasn't even doing drugs. You was trying to get some pussy.
Exactly. Yeah. So like they even had girls on man bands in there. Couldn't talk to no girl. Only time you could talk to a girl is like if y'all in class, because we was every little inpatient is different. You know what I mean? They got certain working ones and all of that. Like I had one where it was morely therapy more than anything. You know what I mean? They wanted to actually like teach you about certain stuff. And it's a good program. But yeah, just getting into it, and then me leaving the program. I graduated the program, flying colors, did the program 6 months, left, and I went to a probation housing. And I don't know, I just kept it going. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so what was like? So basically, it wasn't nothing that was like, you wasn't one of those people that was like out here fucked up on being drunk all the time and no shit like that. Then like your people was telling you like, bro, you gotta get your shit together.
No, I mean, it was. No, I was. I mean, I was homeless, sleeping in people's cars, shelters. I mean, all of that. I was a bad alcoholic. No, I was. I mean, I was, people couldn't like really, people didn't want to be around me. You know what I mean? Because I was drinking too much. You know, I used to hide my liquor from certain people. You know what I mean? When they wanted to kick with me, then they knew like, this nigga is lit. You know what I mean? He tripping. And
it's like, once you drink it, that shit seeps from your pores.
Definitely,
anyway,
definitely, yeah.
So, I tried to go do a couple office events off a little liquor. You been drinking? What you talking about? What you talking about? You been drinking? You feel me?
Yeah. So yeah, that was mostly my big problem. I was a bad alcoholic, real bad. You know what I mean? So I needed this right here, and I thank God. I mean, even right before I went to jail, I was doing crystal. I've never done crystal. I was snorting crystal. You know, doing some cocaine.
See, this a real ass nigga right here. You see, I had these. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't gonna always keep it all the way 100. That's how you know this shit is 100% authentic. You feel me? Niggas not gonna always tell you like, yeah, my nigga, I was smoking crystal. You feel me? Like, but that let you know how far he came out of that shit to be able to look back and say, yeah, I was smoking that shit, but niggas, I wasn't done with it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
and that crystal shit ain't no easy shit, nigga. That's some hard shit to shake, nigga.
It took a couple people that I know personally, you know what I mean, you know, because a lot of people don't come back from that, you know what I mean?
No, yeah, for real. No bullshit.
So I thank God, you know, I was somewhat tweaking on it, you know what I mean? I was doing crystal. Crystal wasn't really my thing, but I love to hide, but the come down was really depressing, you feel me? So that's why a lot of people you see on crystal, they stay high or try to stay high as much as possible, because once you come down, you thinking negative thoughts, you paranoid, you tripping.
So would you say you create better music now as a sober artist, or you feel like you made better music before with the...
I want to say now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I made great music when I was, you know, smoking and drinking. But I just learned leaving the rehab, and you know, the first song that I literally recorded was "What You Gonna Do," my brother Babe Boy, on my album, and a great song. Like, it took me a minute to write though, because I was like, man, I'm so used to, you know, being high, or you know what I mean. I used to be on one, so if I'm on one, the words that come to me. So being sober was like,
they flow easier.
It was like, I don't know how this gonna come. But now, like, now I got 19 months. Like, this shit, it's easy for me now. Like,
you actually like in a program and shit where you get your little coins and shit like that.
I mean, I go to meetings and stuff. Yeah, like right now with the COVID, we can't do it. Right? I mean, they got the Zoom meetings, but I don't really like Zoom meetings. You feel me? Like,
all in your house.
Yeah. It's just not the same. You know what I mean?
As when you go there and talk to the people.
Yeah, being around some people that's sober like you. You know what I'm saying? That's a real difference. So, you know, like just me now, like I thank God for sobriety, and I'm strong in my shit. So it's like I know. And
you
see where I live at, bro.
You say you could know wholeheartedly you could never drink. You will never drink again, or is that just
for the right now? That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just a strong death or something can knock that right out the park, though.
I mean, it's just for right now. Like I'm learning how to I know for a fact, and I was talking to my therapist about this. Is I know like you said, a strong death. Somebody
break up
close to me, a breakup that could possibly maybe get me there, but you know, and I've been there. I ain't gonna lie to you, I just got a breakup not too long ago, and that almost brought me there. But you know, I had to realize that it ain't worth it. You know, but I think of death more. Somebody real close to me, you know, my mom, you know, like somebody like that, my sister, my brother, that'll definitely maybe get me there. You know what I mean? But for right now, I'm trying to learn how to deal with it and not go there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like I said, weed and all of that wasn't my problem. It was really alcohol. Alcohol was just, it was fucking me up. It made me do dumb shit. You know, I was a blackout too, so I blacked out.
Drunk,
and drunk.
Wake up, didn't even remember what happened. You done punched on a couple of your partners. You done broke the TV.
Yeah, that's some shit. I done heard stories, bro. I done heard so many stories of niggas like, do you know what you did last night?
Man.
Like, nah. That wasn't me. Like, yes, it was, bro. You tripping, bro.
Liquor like the only shit that'll do that though, really too. Like,
yeah.
Weed, nigga might fall asleep off some weed, but he ain't gonna really do too much.
Or eat hella much. You know what I mean?
You feel me? It ain't gonna be. But then what projects do you got out right now, actually?
So so like I said, due to sobriety, I was able to finish my album. You know what I mean? That's one thing. I've been doing music, you know what I mean, my whole life basically, but I never finished nothing. You know, in all my 20s, I'm 30 now. All my 20s, I always said I'm gonna drop the Prince of R&B. I'm gonna drop it every year. I kept saying on Facebook and Instagram, and everybody like, okay, yeah, all right. Never dropped it. So by me being sobriety, I was able to finish it. So the Prince of R&B is out now. You understand me? Shout out Flood Game. Shout out Empire. You know what I mean? I got San Quinn on there. I got
Empire actually fuck with you on distribution.
So I'm with Flood Game and Flood Games through Empire. Shout out my brother Young Lot. So yeah, through him, he put out my album and then he got the distribution deal through Empire. So, you know, it's a good look. You know what I mean? So that was big. You know, San Quinn on there, Band-Aid from the Hood Stars on there. Shout out my brother Band-Aid. My brother Foots the Beast with Livewire. My brother Bay Boy, CLM. So, you know, that was a blessing to finally finish that album. That's out right now.
Some good legends.
Yeah.
Bay Area rap legends.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely just to get that finished. You know, check that on all digital platforms. And then right now I'm working on my second album, Changes.
What you got singles from the project, or do you just put your projects out just wholeheartedly?
So right now I threw the Changes video and song out right now. That's out. And then right now I'm kind of holding off on other songs. I don't know. Hopefully next month sometime I could drop the second album. I'm like 10 songs down. I'm on like 14, so I want to do like 4 more. Once the studio tomorrow, I'll drop some more. That's so.
What's your creative process? So like, say you got a song, do you write that whole song? Like, cause a singer, how do you even make a song as a singer? Like, you making your hook, and then when you sing in a verse?
So I usually get the beats. Who doing my second album? Shout out Monty DePaul. That's my guy right there. He's doing most of my production on there, and I got him on the song. Basically, when I hear the beat that I like, I just vibe to it, and then, you know, I think most likely I'm gonna do the hook first. You know what I mean? Once I get the hook, the main part, then I vibe off the hook, and then I start writing my verses, and then figure out who I want on the song, and, you know what I mean, try to network with everybody who I, you know, want to work with. So that's how I kind of get into it, you know what I mean?
And then, but I'm saying, so basically, but a singer song, writing a song for a singer and writing a song for a rapper is the same as far as format though, like 4-bar hook, 16-bar verse, but it's besides the fact that as opposed to rapping, you're singing that. Oh, okay.
I may not do a 16 verse. Sometimes I do like 12s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I
That's
may
a lot
switch
of
it up
shit to sing.
Because 16's a lot. Yeah, 16 a lot.
That's even a lot to rap. So to sing, that shit is a lot.
So I may do like 12s. You know what I mean? That's what I've been doing most lately is 12s.
That shit's real. And then so you from Frisco? You've been in Frisco your whole life. So being in Frisco is obviously a little different from Oakland. What would you say growing up in Frisco growing up in San Francisco taught you about survival in California and the world in itself?
You know, our swag different from everybody else. I mean, the Bay Area period, you know, San Francisco and Oakland different. You know what I mean? I got peeps, you know, folks in Oakland for sure, man. But the city just a little different. You know, I'm from the projects, and growing up, you know, I've witnessed deaths and been around that, you know what I mean? Just being around selling drugs and all of that, you know what I mean? With my dad, you know, growing up, my dad, he didn't play that, you know what I mean? As far as, like, I remember growing up with my youngsters, we went from trading Hot Wheels to them outside selling drugs, you feel what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
And that just never attracted me, you know what I mean? Like, and my dad didn't play that, so I was really like, nah,
you had to be in the house.
Yeah, I had to be in the house.
Don't let a nigga be outside doing that shit.
No.
And that probably was just one of those situations, like you said, your pops wasn't gonna play that. Your partners who was doing that probably didn't have dads at the house telling them not to do that shit.
Yeah.
So that's where that whole dynamic of growing up in the Bay Area, you feel me, poverty, projects, all that shit. Like, bro grew up in the projects, but he had the benefit of at least still having his dad in the picture. So it kind of like created still a dynamic there, because you still have that positive role model to tell you right from wrong. Whether if you fucking listen or not, we know motherfuckers gonna decide.
Nah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But,
and that's what, you know, the stereotype about, you know, the black man and not having a black father. Like,
yeah.
I was actually the very few that had that. Like,
and he was there your whole life?
My whole life. Ty was 18.
Okay.
So 17 and a half.
But shit, he raised you. That shit.
He definitely raised me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He definitely
him and his mama
raised me.
together. That's not, most motherfuckers don't get to say that. And you feel me?
Yeah. So that was cool. I mean, they wasn't together, but, you know, I grew up with my dad. You know what I mean? My mama's still alive. I love her to death. You know what I mean? But, you know, me and him had our ups and downs, but, like, he really raised me to make sure I was good. You know, I learned a lot from him. But when he left, that's when my addiction started. That's when I really started drinking more. You know what I mean? I didn't start drinking until I was, like, 17, 18, and really took full force when I got to my late 20s, mid-20s. That's when I really started going hard. I was drinking always. I always kept the job, always kept myself cool, but it just got worse and worse and worse.
Nigga always had a bottle, too.
Always had a bottle. Definitely always had a bottle.
Nigga, I kept a job, and then kept a bottle in my back pocket, man.
Definitely did, bro. Definitely did.
Hey, that shit real, though. Because, shit, I mean, and I feel like probably, like, alcoholism and, like, crack are probably, in my opinion, are the two. You could throw crystal in there, too, but I feel like crack is a little bit... Like, you could meet somebody that's on crystal, and they could be smoking crystal and have a regular job, life, all the shit, and be a functioning motherfucker. They just smoke crystal. You can't really meet an alcoholic or kind of alcoholic, but an alcoholic, eventually you're gonna lose your job.
No, you definitely.
You feel me? And so,
definitely.
And then as far as even like with crack, it takes you so far. Like all that shit we drove by to get over here, like it takes you directly into that. So I feel like to be able to pull yourself up from alcoholism is a big thing in itself, because that shit's not easy. Alcoholism is like, nigga, every store you go into, it's a bottle there.
No, it's a bottle. Yeah,
and that's damn near every corner.
Man,
everybody you fuck with probably gonna be sipping.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it's like you gotta go to barbecues and time. I'm good, bro. You feel me?
I'm just now getting comfortable with
be able to do that.
Be able to do that. Yeah. It took me a minute. You know what I mean? It took me a minute. So like me now, I'm able to.
Around.
Yeah, like I meet girls and they be like, you know, I drink and smoke. Like I don't care what you do. Like that's not what I do. Like I don't.
Yeah, how is that?
Yeah, I mean, because
that's kind of like the go-to. Like you smoke, you drink, bitch, pull up. You feel me?
Yeah. Nah.
So, you want to go for a walk?
I don't be tripping. Like, feel me? I mean, I'd rather not, like, talk to a girl that's doing it, but I don't judge. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always tell a girl, like, one thing first of all, I'm in sobriety. You feel me? If that's a turn off and you don't want to talk to me, it's all good. You know what I mean? But that's number one. But if you do that, and most people are like, you know, if I smoke, you know, I ain't gonna be, I mean, you could be around me. I ain't tripping. Like, just know I'm not tripping. You ain't gonna ever throw me off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm trying. I let people know, like, you doing it around me ain't gonna throw me off. What I got going on. Yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe early in my sobriety, probably. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie to you. Like 3 months in, I was definitely like that. It'd be my brother, he'd be smoking. I'd be like, fuck, I miss smoking. You feel me?
Yeah.
But now where I'm at now,
watching a nigga smoke. So.
Yeah, that's different. You be like, fuck, I miss smoking.
You see the whole, it set in on the nigga. Like, this nigga high in the motherfucker right now. I would hit that shit.
I would hit that. Yeah. When I was in rehab, it was like that. But
hey, for real.
Now I'm good. You feel me?
That shit real though. But I mean, hey, shit, another thing I would say too is that part of it, like being able to turn it down, like what would you, besides being around your brother, that was with weed, with alcohol, what would you had like any times where you felt like, fuck it, man, I'm gonna just have one drink, like where you was at a bar, you was at the game, you was at something like that, where it's like we chilling.
Where I had temptations?
Yeah,
recently?
yeah. Like where it's like, fuck it, like, man, I'm gonna just have, I know I could just have one drink and just, you know what I'm saying?
So early this year, before the COVID, when I was working and I was making good money, you know what I mean? And I remember, you know, I was outside smoking my cigarette, and
yeah,
I had some money in my pocket. And I'm like, man, you know, a little bottle ain't gonna hurt. You know what I mean? A little shot.
A little shot,
Shot, a little something real quick, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I'm out the rehab. I can do what I want to do. You know what I mean? This is one thing about me now. Like, I don't have to be sober. I don't have to do that. This is my choice.
This
is my choice.
Be sober.
You know what I mean? If I want to go smoke a drink right now, I could do that. It's my choice. But, you know, I chose otherwise. But definitely that time, I wanted to do it, but I didn't do it. Because I know me wanting, and I'm a real alcoholic. So I know ain't no shot gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy that shot, then that shot gonna turn into a little half pint. Then it's gonna turn into, then it's gonna get bigger and bigger. Then it's gonna be over.
Next time, you got a little Mexican in you? You feel me?
No, I don't know what it is. My auntie said it. The Indian in there's something. That's what my auntie said. Indian is something in this, because my mama alcoholic. You feel what I'm saying though? And she's sober right now.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? She definitely. That's why I
y'all ever went to like meetings together?
Nah. She not really a meeting person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but just now she's slowly, you know, learning not to do it. She's not really with the program as far as how I am with it.
Yeah.
But she been doing real good. She used to have seizures a lot, so I, you know, try to let her know, like, Mom, like, these seizures are deadly. You know
why she would have seizures from the drinking though?
Yeah, she's an epileptic seizure. So no, it's not even when the drinking. It's when she stopped. Yeah, so she'll be drinking, go hard. She'll go hard. She'll go hard, and then as soon as she like, I ain't drinking, that's when the seizure comes. It's like her body can't take it. It's weird. So she been doing good lately. You know, her birthday was this weekend. I try to, you know, because I got my clothing line super sober, and I gave her a hoodie today, like her mom's. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Getting into that,
just the, even though she's not really fully in the program like me, just by me being sober, hopefully pushes her to.
So you said the name of the clothing line is
Super Duper Sober. You know what I mean?
Super Duper Sober. Yeah. So basically, your clothing line isn't really about your. It's not really a back of your music.
Nah. So I got two clothing lines. I got Fly Team Couture, which I got from Fly Team Music Group, which is my record label.
Okay.
And then I made, you know, clothing line to it, Fly Team Couture.
Yeah, okay.
So my sobriety, this is my sobriety clothing line, and this is what I wanted to like give back. You know what I mean? To my sobriety.
That's smart though.
And yeah, I just wanted to get back to my sobriety. You know what I mean? Because I don't see a lot. I see a couple of sobriety clothing. I ain't gonna say it like that. Like I'm the only one. It ain't far from that. But you know, I know I'm probably like one.
But you don't see a lot.
You definitely don't.
Yeah,
you definitely don't.
That's not something you walk in a lot of stores and see, but it's probably something you could find online.
No, definitely can find online. Definitely find online. I follow a lot of sobriety pages on Instagram and Facebook. So,
but that shit's smart though, because you're kind of like you're attacking the thousands of people that are in sobriety and people that are not in sobriety but just support it as well. You know, like I thought, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even peep that for real. Yeah. So but that shit's smart though, bro. And then you like, cause it's people that's like could be fighting sobriety and they like see that shirt one day, you know, and they're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or just going through it, wearing that shirt and putting that shirt and make them feel good because they are 100% sober. Yeah. So then they can really put that shirt on with pride and walk outside and feel good about themselves. Because I've never, like, I ain't never been alcohol. I ain't never been addicted to shit. I'm probably addicted to fucking. That's the only thing I say I've been addicted to. But like, I can say like, okay, if I was in a situation like that and was coming out of it, that's one thing that you should want to be proud of. But I can't say I have experience as far as my mom, but she was on that crack though. Okay. You feel me? And she lost us to the system back in the day. You feel me? We had to stay with our grandmother for a little bit, but she did get us back. Stayed sober for years. Became a homeowner. She's a fucking doctor. Has a doctor's degree, works at Kaiser now.
That's big.
You feel me? Now I'm gonna tell you, she got one of them comeback stories. She don't be talking about it.
But that's big.
She got one of them ones. You feel me?
That's big.
And now it's so crazy because years later, yeah, she could have a drink
Yeah, exactly.
She can smoke.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or have an edible, or it have the little pen, shit like that, you know? And do shit like that, and it don't draw her back into like, oh, I'm back outside. Because what she used to do was she would smoke. I think her go-to, she used to say when I was a kid, was like putting coke in a blunt. That was what she was like really into and shit like that. So she used to say, I would never want to smoke a blunt because that shit would make me want to put the coke in there.
See, yeah. So that's and that's good that she know her triggers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they don't know their triggers.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, that's one thing about me. I know my triggers. You know what I mean? And that's what I try to like. One thing, I always try to promote people and promote positivity and motivate people. You know what I mean? To do better. Everybody's different. Like you just say, you're not addicted personality to drugs and stuff.
I feel like I can party anything.
So that's big though. See, a lot of people can't do that.
I could go pop an ecstasy pill tomorrow and be like, I'm cool. I don't need to pop another one the next day. Like,
that's big.
Now, but now with weed though, I can't say. Nah, for real, I can't say. I wouldn't say it's like an addiction, like, cause weed is the plant. But I can say like, nigga, smoke some weed. You feel
weed
me?
is legal, so I personally don't have no problem with weed.
But I mean, it's still a drug, though.
It's a drug.
It's a legal drug, but it's still a drug.
It's a drug.
You feel me?
You know what I mean?
And so I will say, and you know, but I will say I will spend my money on weed, nigga. Like I could say, like, okay, I'll probably go to the cannabis club 3-4 days in a row of the week, for real. But at the same time, when I'm going in there, I'm spending like 20 this day, 40 this day. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just going in there going crazy, but a nigga is gonna roll up. I probably would say on the regular, I probably could smoke an eighth by myself on an off day, easy.
See, but you take care of your business though.
Yeah, a nigga gonna go, but I'm gonna smoke a blunt on the way to work every day.
See, when I was smoking, nigga. I do good, and then I remember on my paydays, and I used to smoke weed. I used to be like, man, fuck that. I'm not going to work today.
Oh,
Feel
yeah,
me? My check came in. See, that's where I was fucking up at.
I did a lot of those. That's the addiction.
I did a lot of those. I'm telling you, bro, where I was like, I work, and then as soon as I get paid, I got my... Yeah, I'm about to call off. I ain't going because I want to turn up today. Yeah, just because I got paid. Retarded.
I'm a strictly... I'm gonna go to work. I'm just gonna smoke on the way to work. See, you feel me? But that's because for me, I have a go-getters mentality. So for me, like how motherfuckers been on that unemployment and bitch, I couldn't really do that shit because at the same time, it's like even if I'm getting paid, I really feel like I'm not doing nothing.
No, definitely.
So it's like if I'm on unemployment, I gotta be still somewhere out doing some other shit where that money coming in, but I'm doing some other shit going on. You know, because that's just me. So for me, like I know, like I want to smoke weed. I want to have nice shit. I want to pay my bills. So I never want to put myself in a position where I could say, like I would always pay my bills first. I'm gonna always pay my bills, and if like I don't live paycheck to paycheck anymore, but when a nigga did live paycheck to paycheck, I would say, okay, when that check came in, I'm gonna pay my car note. I'm gonna pay my car insurance. I'm gonna fill up my gas tank. I'm gonna buy groceries for the house. And then, well, with the money I have left, I'm gonna decide with how much money for that I'm gonna actually spend on weed. Okay. You feel me? So it's like, I'm gonna always have weed. It may not be the best weed at that time. It may not be, you feel me? It may not be, you feel me? Yeah. It just depends on what a nigga budget is determining. But I'm always gonna let the budget determine if I'm living paycheck to paycheck, you feel me? I'm always gonna let the budget determine how we gonna smoke, how we gonna drink, if we gonna go out, you feel me? I'm not gonna go out and just keep it lit if I know I gotta go to work for the rest of the week. And I gotta put gas and shit like that. I will say I probably did that shit like when I was younger. When I first started smoking weed and I had a kid on the way. I was a young parent, you feel me? And I was working at KFC, you feel me? A little bullshit job. But at the time, I didn't really know, like when my check came, I knew I wasn't thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't thinking like, okay, when this check comes, put it away for this bill. When this check comes, put it away for this bill. When the money came, I was just spending it. You feel me? Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm buying weed, I'm buying clothes, I'm getting shit for the baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, so by the time the first roll around, or the PG&E bill roll around, I'm like, oh shit. But not because it was addiction. That was just like sheer irresponsibility.
No, that's
you
all
feel
it
me?
was.
Like, you feel me?
That's
Like,
all it was.
not.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm so on that shit now too, because you gotta really be on that shit, bro. Your bills gotta all be paid. Two things I pride myself on: never getting evicted and never getting my cars took.
There you go.
So it's like I'm gonna always have all my shit, and it's gonna be in my name, and I'm gonna be able to work for nicer shit to go past what I already got. You feel me? But no matter what, I'm gonna be able to maintain the regularcy of whatever I already got, which is a decent life. A couple cars and a spot, nigga. Yeah. Shit, anything and a couple dollars, nigga. Yeah. If you niggas won't and getting so much more than that, bro, it's like that's where you get into the point of just like you can accumulate a lot of money hella fast. So once you a person that can accumulate like money like that over you spend and do shit frivolously, you don't give a fuck, because you're like, man, I can get that, I can make that back easy. And I'm not talking about like, oh, you're a female doing it. I'm talking about like if you a sheer like you the scammer yourself. You know what I'm saying? You doing all the work, you know how the money gonna come. So at that point you like, nigga, I can do whatever. But just like regular motherfuckers gotta learn how to just live regular sometimes, you know? Some people, like, you know, they try to live above their means through time, and I feel like that's where some people even get addicted to shit, because they start doing designer drugs and start doing shit that's like, nigga, why? Like, why are you doing powder right now? It's just a regular middle of the day in the summer.
Yeah,
nigga.
you tripping.
You know, but that's the nigga. And I will say too, probably for yourself, when you say like, how big of a part did motherfucking music and like entertainers and what the rappers talk about, how big a part did that play in your addiction? Because I really feel like if you young, or if you don't really do drugs like that, but you are on social media or on YouTube and you hear this with all these people talking about, and you don't know that you have an addicted personality, you can easily go pop a perk and just start popping perks every day.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, my addiction, I definitely like, you know, the Hennessy and all of that, and you know what you see popping, that's what you able to do. Like when I used to get paid, I'm getting, you know, what's that, the Bel Air Rose? I used to get that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? The white boy. And think I'm the nigga. I ain't got no big lifestyle, but hey, that's what they doing in the songs and the videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then
you drinking that to the neck.
To the neck. But then when I'm broke,
following it up with the Henny.
I'm going back to the beer. Yeah, I was drinking Henny, all of that, baby.
Yeah, see, that's what they. So what would you say? Okay. So you say you real alcoholic in your height of your alcoholism. What would you like? What's the most liquor you ever drank in one day?
I mean, I don't know the numbers, but it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. When to the point where I'm blacking out, I don't even remember what happened. I can't really say. I don't know how much.
When you say
it's just bottles after bottles after bottles, and then I'm mixing.
Personal?
See, I'm an alcoholic, not bottles. Like the big bottles, I'm drinking.
So you could drink the $35 bottle back in the day. You could drink one of them to the neck.
To the neck. And then I'm going to another one on everything. I mean, me and my buddy used to be, you know what I mean, on the Woo Block, you know what I mean, downtown San Francisco. And we used to drink bottle after bottle after bottle after bottle, you know what I mean? And at that time, I was more of a clear drinker, but chilling around my niggas, Bay Boy and them, we used to drink Hennessy after Hennessy after Hennessy after Hennessy. We going to get another one, we get another one, we go fade on another one, drink all day.
Fuck it, till a nigga go to sleep or go lay down with the bitch.
I'm telling you, bro, tripping, bro.
That's that's real any dick right there. That's real any dick.
No, definitely. So yeah, anything was possible then.
Hey, for real.
So I definitely, I had, you know, my good and bad times with it. It wasn't all bad, like, you know what I mean? But
yeah, you had some nights where a nigga had some like good drunk nights.
Oh, I had some good drunk nights. Yeah, hell yeah. I had some
fucked
good
up ones too. So yeah, I can respect that.
Definitely.
What would you say? Okay, well, we getting out of that, getting back into your music and shit. What can people expect from you, like coming forward? Like, what would you say? Like in the next, we're gonna say like in the next, like we're gonna discard this whole year, because this year really didn't count for any rapper unless you already popping. Yeah. So we're gonna say like over the next 2 years, bro, like by 2022, where do you see yourself? Like, what's your goals for yourself in music?
My goal is to hopefully have, you know, either a major record label deal, or, you know, somewhat of a distribution deal. Yeah. You know, I definitely feel like I'm, what do they call it, overlooked? I don't know. I feel like I'm not appreciate. I don't know. I don't feel like I get that name that I should.
Yeah, you
get.
feel like people should be paying you more attention.
A little more attention. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not trying to be like I'm cocky. I'm all of that, but I
Yeah.
know for a fact I make good music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I know that. Like when you make good songs, you don't get enough views
Yeah.
and all of that. Like I know I don't make that hyphy music or that go dumb or whatever music but I know I make good music. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like hopefully that next 2 years, just hopefully people get motivated by my story and want to do whatever they want to do positive in life, whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever, rather than be in a family life, whatever. Like I want to be, that's my goal really, but me doing what I need to do to make it and inspire other people. Like that's always been my goal, being in sobriety, is doing what I need to do first and foremost, because I can't help nobody if my life ain't right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my thing is to make sure I'm good and to give back. You know what I mean? That's one thing I feel like a lot of celebrities do not do. You know what I mean? They wouldn't be where they at if they wasn't for, you know what I mean?
And shit like
so yeah, I want to definitely give back. You know what I mean? I want to start a nonprofit and help out, you know what I mean, the youth. Like I said, you see what we just left. It's just too much, especially youth. I see a lot of youth, and I definitely just do more with their life. So my music, I definitely want to do that. My Changes album that I'm about to drop soon, it's gonna have a lot of, you know what I mean, deep songs on there where I'm mostly speaking on, my trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? My next album though is strictly for the ladies.
And when is that? When they could be expecting that?
Probably next year. This year has been a horrible year, like you said.
Yeah.
So probably won't be dropping
I
this
barely
year.
seen SK had the studio back open up and running. So I mean, for a while he wasn't even recording.
Yeah. Right now it's
he probably had the point where I'm like, nigga, I gotta get back in this. Get his money, man. Fuck COVID, man.
Nah,
Hey, for real.
I'm going to the lab tomorrow. You know what I mean? But so this one, I just want to like knock out this one, and then slowly probably drop the next one, hopefully next year, January, February, probably around my birthday again, March, with my first album. But I want to do strictly for the ladies for my third album. But this one,
that's gonna be the name, or are you just saying?
No,
like,
I don't know. I don't know what the name
that's
is.
The goal. For
that's
the
the goal for the project.
Strictly for the ladies.
Strictly for the ladies.
Strictly,
what I mean? Me as a singer, I definitely gotta not forget about the ladies. My first album, I got a couple cuts on there for the ladies. This one, I got a few, not too many. As my first one, it's more deep and money and all of that, you know what I mean? But my third one, I definitely want to get, to my beautiful ladies out there, you know what I mean?
I respect that. Well, man, we're going to get out of here because it's starting to get dark in this
night out here.
You
know what I mean?
And
appreciate you, my guy.
We get close to the minutes. That was episode 15. No, that was actually episode 16. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and then also tell the people where they can find you on social media.
Follow me on Instagram and Calvin_Fly_Team. Follow my clothing line, Instagram Fly Team Couture, or at Super Duper Sober Clothing. You know what I mean? Facebook Calvin Robinson. You know what I mean? Tap in with your boy, man. Fly Team Flood Gang.
Let's get it.